Guys, I am here with Alicia Witt. Of course, we're here at Christmas Con, getting in the spirit. How's your Christmas Con going so far, Alicia?
This has been the greatest gift so far. For the last few years, ever since Walking Dead, I've done quite a few conventions, like the horror, sci-fi type conventions. But there is something so special about doing one where the focus is these Christmas movies that we've all been making. And I can always tell the difference when someone is going to approach me and ask me or share what the Christmas movies have meant. It's such a different sort of sacred energy, and I feel like it is such a huge honor to be part of people's Christmases in particular. So to have a convention where there's no zombies and there's no people walking around with decapitated body parts and blood coming out, and I love that too.
Right.
But this is just it's just so warm and wonderful and really emotional in a way. And today is our big day.
Yeah.
Yesterday was just sort of a half day to warm us up, so I'm super excited about today.
Well, we're very excited to have you as well. Speaking of Christmas, do you have any particular traditions that you do to really get in the spirit?
For me, it's now that I live in Nashville, I have such great joy and pride in decorating my home. Even if I'm not going to be home for the actual day, I love putting up my lights. I plan to do that as soon as I get back into town. Just get a jump on it because Thanksgiving comes so late this year.
That's what we talk about. Our network, actually, we host shows and we have debates as to when it's appropriate to start Christmas cheer. So I think this weekend's as good as ever, right?
Absolutely. Christmas is such a happy time of year, so I'm all in favor of it starting earlier rather than later.
We say the day after Halloween is when it's allowed. So.
Yes. Well, my family growing up, we always bought the tree the day before Christmas, and then it would stay up until March.
Interesting.
So I'm leaning much towards putting up the lights earlier than that.
I love it. So we have a ton of music fans at our network. Personally, I'm a huge Ben Folds fan, so I'd love to ask about what it was like working with him.
Oh, wow. Well, we recorded in historic RCA Studio A, which has now been taken over by Dave Cobb. But Ben had that studio for almost 10 years. It's where Dolly Parton recorded Jolene and many other.
Talk about sacred. That's amazing.
No. And I feel like you can really hear it in that record, Revisionary History, that we made. And then there's also a song, one of the songs that we wrote ended up on his record, So There, I'm Not the Man. We wrote that together.
Cool.
He's just a musical genius, and I've worked with a lot of producers that I think are incredible, but he just gets inside a song and knows how to produce it in a way that people will be able to hear what the heart of that song is.
Yeah, it's that really cool intersection of like heart and genius. I think it's kind of rare to find both.
Yeah, Ben dreams melodies in his sleep, which is something that a few musical geniuses do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like all the time. I'm trying to think. There's a few other people I've talked to who do that.
I've heard Stevie Wonder.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's like it comes from some other place,
Totally.
right?
Last question I have for you. I love your career because it is so multifaceted. You mentioned horror cons. I mean, you've done like prestige TV as well, whatever that term means. And Hallmark. I just love. I feel like you're in this rare Venn diagram of an actress who really does do it all. Was that something that you sort of set out to do when you were starting your career?
Yes. I made a very concerted effort from the time I was very young to not play the same role over and over again. And I wondered at a certain point if I'd been really dumb, because I did go through a period, maybe like late 20s or so, early 30s, where I wasn't working, maybe like early 30s. I wasn't working as much, and I was a little anxious about that. But then I realized it actually all came full circle, and the fact that I'd get offered sullen teenage roles after I was on Sybil, and I turned them all down. And then when I was in 2 weeks' notice, I got offered the other woman kind of, conniving character over and over again, and I turned those down. And it went like that over and over again, cycles. And I'm so grateful that I did that, because now I play so many different types of roles, and that's what I set out to do as an actor originally.
Cool. Well, Alicia, thank you so much. I'm a huge fan, so it's really nice to meet you, and have a wonderful con.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
Well.